All right, so today we're diving deep into language learning secrets.
Ooh, secrets.
We've got some fascinating sources lined up.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, we've got a YouTube video with 1,000 English phrases,
Oh,
ones that even native speakers trip up on sometimes.
huh. Interesting. That's a lot of phrases.
Right. And then there's a basic sign language tutorial. It looks really cool. Got excited about that one.
Oh, I love sign language. I took a class once.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And lastly, we have an English teacher who's breaking down idioms and phrasal verbs.
Oh, those are always tricky.
They are right. Okay, so first up, let's tackle those 1,000 English phrases. The video is from Kendra's Language School on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's amazing how many of these phrases we use every day without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I bet.
But what really stood out to me was the repetition in the video.
Repetition.
Yeah, like each phrase is repeated 3 times.
I wonder why.
Well, I think it's because repetition is key for language learning.
Oh, like drilling it into your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like with "my stomach is growling," she says it 3 times in a row, and now I can almost feel it becoming part of my vocabulary.
It's like a song stuck in your head.
Right. You don't just hear the chorus once, you hear it over and over.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that get boring? I mean, repeating the same phrase 3 times?
Well, it could if you just sit there passively.
Oh, I see.
But think about it more actively, like with shadowing.
Shadow.
You listen and repeat immediately, trying to match the speaker's intonation.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And their pace.
Yeah, so it's like turning repetition into a practice session.
Exactly.
But here's what really got me thinking. Many of these phrases have a distinct cultural flavor to them.
Oh, interesting.
Like, "my uncle made me what I am today." It feels very American, right?
Yeah.
Like this emphasis on individual achievement.
Yeah.
And family support.
Right. It's not just about communication, it's about culture.
Exactly. So those little phrases we use every day can reveal a lot about the underlying values of a society.
It's true. Language is a window into a culture's worldview.
So learning a new language, it's not just about grammar and vocab.
No, it's not.
It's like gaining access to a whole new way of thinking.
Right. You start to see the world differently.
Okay, that's mind-blowing. But for now, let's shift gears from spoken language to something a bit more visual.
Ooh, like what?
We've got a source on basic ASL.
Sign language. That's cool.
I know, right? I'm fascinated by it.
Me too. It's so expressive.
In this video, from Take Lessons, it jumps right in, teaching you basic greetings and questions.
That's great for beginners.
Yeah. One thing that surprised me was how the instructor emphasized the non-dominant hand.
Non-dominant.
Yeah, like it stays stationary.
Whoa, okay.
While the dominant hand does the talking.
Interesting.
It's like creating a stable base for all those expressive hand movements.
It reminds me of how important body language is, even when we're not speaking.
Yeah, totally. But what really blew my mind was the way sign language structures questions.
Oh, yeah. What's that like?
They put the question word at the end.
At the end.
Like bathroom where, instead of where is the bathroom.
That's so different from English.
Right. It challenges our assumptions about grammar and word order.
Makes you realize there's no one right way to structure a language.
Exactly. Different languages have different ways of organizing information.
Totally.
So even learning a few basic phrases in sign language can broaden your perspective on how language works.
It's like opening your mind to a whole new way of thinking.
Okay, that's amazing. And speaking of unlocking secrets, let's talk about idioms.
Idioms, those are fun.
They are. They're like hidden codes in language.
I love trying to figure out where they come from.
Me too. And we've got an English teacher in one of our sources who's going to help us crack the code on 50 common idioms.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Some of these origins are wild, by the way.
Like what?
Go cold turkey, for instance.
Oh, yeah. Where'd that one come from?
Apparently, it comes from the idea that people who quit something addictive, like cold turkey, they get pale and clammy skin, like a turkey.
Ah! That's funny.
I know, right? And I also never knew that nip it in the bud wasn't just for gardening.
I didn't either.
It's a metaphor for stopping bad behavior before it gets out of control.
Ah, makes sense.
So understanding the origins of idioms can really boost your fluency and make you sound more like a native speaker.
Yeah, because you're not just memorizing words, you're understanding the meaning behind them.
Exactly. And speaking of sounding like a native speaker, let's talk about phrasal verbs.
Phrasal verbs. Ugh, those are tricky.
I know, right? They're like the secret handshake of fluent English speakers.
And like they have their own little club.
And our source dives into 50 of them, showing you how much meaning can be packed into just 2 or 3 words.
Well, you could need an example.
Like blow up.
Blow up, as in?
Well, it can mean to get angry,
Oh, right.
or to inflate something, like a balloon.
Wow, talk about confusing.
Right. That's why context is everything.
You have to pay attention to the surrounding words.
But how do you even begin to decipher all those different meanings?
Right. Well, the key is exposure
Exposure,
to authentic English.
like reading, listening, and speaking.
Exactly. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the more intuitive those phrasal verbs become.
So it's not just about memorizing lists. It's about getting a feel for the language.
That's a much better way to learn.
Definitely. All right, so we've seen how repetition can be a powerful learning tool, how simple phrases can reveal cultural values, and how idioms and phrasal verbs add depth to English.
It's amazing how much we can learn from just one language.
It really is. And this is just the beginning.
Oh, there's more?
Stay tuned, because next time we'll be venturing into the world of cross-cultural communication.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
We'll explore those essential Thai greetings, uncover tips for tricky conversations, and even get you ready to travel the world with confidence.
Sounds like a linguistic adventure. I can't wait.
Me neither. Welcome back. Last time we were cracking the code on idioms and phrasal verbs, but now I'm ready to go global with our language adventure.
I like where this is going.
Me too. We've got a source that takes us all the way to Thailand.
Thailand.
Yep. This YouTube video teaches us the first 10 Thai words you just have to know.
Ooh.
But it's not just about vocab, you know. It also delves into the cultural context.
Oh, that's important.
I know, right? Like, the video talks about how crucial politeness is in Thai greetings.
I bet.
Like adding crack for men and ka for women at the end of phrases.
Oh, to show respect?
Exactly.
It's like those little words add a whole other layer to the language.
They do. It's not just like saying please or thank you in English.
Right.
In Thai, politeness is like built into the language itself.
Makes you wonder if we're missing something in English.
I know, right? And get this, the video says that saying thank you or sorry without these particles can sound insincere.
Really?
Yeah. It's like you're missing a key ingredient.
Wow.
Okay, this one blew my mind. In Thai, they use the same phrase, mai pen rai, to respond to both thank you and sorry.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Do you think that's common in other languages?
I'm not sure, actually. But it's interesting to think about.
It is. Makes you wonder about different ways of thinking about gratitude and apology.
Maybe it's a more, holistic approach.
Yeah, seeing them as two sides of the same coin.
It shows how direct translations don't always work, you know?
They don't. You really need to understand the cultural context.
To get the true meaning.
Okay, one more gem from the Thai lesson. Ready?
Hit me with it.
The word for hungry is actually you, which literally means have rice.
Have rice.
It's like rice is so central to Thai culture.
It makes sense, yeah.
It's not just food, it's woven into the language itself.
That's fascinating.
It really is. So by learning just a few basic Thai words,
Yeah,
we can start to appreciate the unique perspectives that shape the language.
absolutely. Each word is like a tiny window into a culture.
All right, enough Thai for now. Let's talk about something we've all experienced.
What's that?
Trying to understand a native speaker,
Right.
and you feel like you're missing something.
Oh, yeah. I hate that feeling.
It's so frustrating.
Makes you feel kind of lost.
But luckily, our next source has phrases to help you navigate those tricky conversations.
Oh, good.
It covers everything from expressing confusion to asking for clarification.
That's super useful.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just saying, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, it suggests phrases like, do you know what I mean? Or what do you mean by that?
Those are much better.
And it even includes phrases like, I'm confused or I don't remember.
It's good to be able to acknowledge your own limitations.
I agree. Without feeling embarrassed about it.
Yeah. And it's an opportunity for the other person to clarify.
Right. But I also like how the source focuses on keeping the conversation going.
Oh, how so?
Like suggesting follow questions, expressing your thoughts, things like that.
To show you're engaged.
Exactly. Like, that's interesting, or I see what you mean.
Yeah, those are good ones.
It shows you're paying attention and, genuinely interested.
Which is so important in any conversation.
Totally. Even if you don't understand everything, showing interest can go a long way.
It really can. Builds rapport.
So by mastering these conversational phrases, you can not only improve your understanding, but also become a more active listener.
And a more confident speaker.
Absolutely. All right, speaking of potentially awkward moments, let's talk about airports.
Airports.
They can be so stressful, especially if you're not fluent in the local language.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Right. Navigating airports requires its own set of phrases.
From checking in to finding your gate.
It's like its own little language.
Aha, it is.
And luckily, we've got a source that's like a mini survival guide for airport communication.
Awesome.
It breaks down all the essential phrases you'll
To
need.
get you where you need to go.
Exactly. And what's helpful is that it focuses on clarity and being concise.
Which is key in a busy airport.
I know, right?
Ah,
You don't have time for long explanations.
so you don't.
And it covers everything, like asking for a window or aisle seat,
Oh, it's important.
inquiring about baggage fees, finding the restroom.
It's a really thought of everything.
It's like they knew exactly what we'd need.
And don't forget about lost luggage.
Oh, that's the worst.
Luckily, the source has phrases for that too,
It does. It's like they anticipated all our travel anxieties.
and gave us the tools to handle them.
Exactly. So, armed with these airport phrases, you can navigate those terminals with ease.
And arrive at your destination feeling calm and collected.
Ready for your next adventure.
All right, airports are covered. Now, what about hotels?
Ah, yes. Hotels. Another potential communication minefield.
Especially when you're tired from traveling.
But our source on hotel communication has a ton of useful phrases.
Oh, like what?
It covers checking in, asking about amenities, requesting extra towels.
The essential.
Exactly. And it emphasizes both politeness and clarity.
So you can be understood by the staff.
Right. And I love how it includes phrases for those little things that make a big difference,
Oh, yeah. Like what?
like asking for a quiet room, inquiring about breakfast times.
Or a wake-up call.
Yes. It's like they've thought of everything to make your stay more enjoyable.
That's so thoughtful.
It is. And, of course, it includes phrases for those of us who are forgetful.
Like forgetting to ask about checkout times.
Exactly. It's all about empowering you to take control of your travel experience.
And communicate your needs confidently.
So, whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-timer,
Yeah.
mastering these hotel phrases can make your stay much smoother.
Leaving you more time to enjoy your trip.
Okay, airports and hotels down, but what about actually exploring a new city?
Ooh, that's my favorite part.
I know, right? But it can be a bit daunting if you don't know the language.
You need to ask for directions, figure out the transportation system.
It's like a real-life language quest.
I love it.
And luckily, we have a source that's like a cheat sheet for city exploration.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's packed with phrases for asking for directions, finding your way around, even discovering hidden gems.
Those are the best.
I know. And it focuses on practical, real-world scenarios.
Not just textbook phrases.
Right. It goes beyond, where is the train station? Like, it gives you phrases for clarifying your location, asking about landmarks.
For how long it takes to get somewhere.
Exactly. It's like they knew we'd be a little confused at times.
Makes you feel more prepared.
It does. And I was so happy to see phrases for finding restrooms, asking about credit cards.
Been getting recommendations from locals?
That's my favorite part, too. So with these phrases, you can venture off the beaten path and discover new experiences.
And really connect with the city.
Okay, we've covered airports, hotels, and even exploring cities.
What's next?
Well, no travel experience is complete without food.
Ah, yes.
Food is essential.
And our next source helps you navigate restaurants with confidence.
I'm all ears.
It covers everything from deciphering menus to expressing dietary needs.
That's important nowadays.
It is. And even paying the bill and tipping.
It's like a restaurant etiquette guide.
And it goes beyond the basics, like it tells you how to customize your order.
Ooh, I like that.
Ask about specific ingredients, even compliment the chef.
Makes you sound like a pro. Right. And it doesn't shy away from those potentially awkward situations.
Oh, like what?
Like asking if they accept your currency or inquiring about tipping customs.
Or asking for separate checks.
Yes. It's like they've thought of every possible scenario.
They really have.
And for adventurous eaters, it even includes phrases for asking about local specialties.
My kind of phrases.
Mine too. So with these phrases, you can really enjoy those dining experiences.
Savoring both the food and the satisfaction of navigating a new culinary landscape.
Okay, but travel isn't always smooth sailing, is it?
Unfortunately not.
Sometimes unexpected things happen.
That's true.
And that's where our final source comes in. It's a compilation of phrases for dealing with unexpected situations.
Like a little emergency kit for travelers.
Exactly. It covers everything from minor inconveniences to more serious emergencies.
That's good to have.
I know, right? And it emphasizes clarity and urgency.
So you can get help quickly.
And I appreciated how it included phrases for when you might feel lost or confused or even scared.
Oh yeah, those are important too.
Like asking for directions, clarifying information, seeking reassurance.
It makes you feel less alone in those situations.
It does. And in a more serious emergency, it provides phrases for calling for help, explaining the situation.
Requesting medical assistance, things like that.
Exactly. It's all about empowering you to travel with peace of mind.
Knowing you can handle whatever comes your way.
So whether it's a minor hiccup or a major challenge,
You'll be prepared.
mastering these phrases can help you navigate those unexpected moments with grace and confidence,
And resilient.
turning those stressful situations into opportunities for growth.
Because sometimes the best travel stories come from the unexpected.
They do. Wow, we've covered so much ground in this language deep dive.
We have. From basic English phrases to navigating Thai greetings.
To airports and even restaurants in foreign countries.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. What stood out to you?
I think the emphasis on active learning.
Ah, yeah.
It's not enough to just passively absorb info.
We've got to engage with the language.
Right. Practice. Make mistakes. Learn from them.
Get our hands dirty, basically.
Exactly. That's what makes language learning so much more than just memorizing,
It is. It's about getting a feel for the language, the rhythm.
The flow.
Yeah, and how it all works in real life.
Not just in textbooks.
And I was also fascinated by how even simple phrases can reveal so much about a culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that Thai phrase, "my pen rai."
Right. For both thank you and sorry.
It really challenges our assumptions about language.
It shows how deeply language and culture are intertwined.
So, as we wrap up, what's the biggest takeaway for our listeners?
I'd say it's that language learning is a journey of discovery.
Ooh, I like that.
It's about expanding your horizons, challenging your assumptions.
Embracing the beauty of human communication.
Exactly. It's not just about fluency. It's about opening your mind to new perspectives
And connecting with others.
and enriching your life.
Beautifully said. So keep diving, keep exploring, keep embracing language. What surprised you? What are you going to try out in your own language journey? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And just something to think about. How does the way we learn languages shape the way we think? Keep those brains buzzing and happy language learning.